my people, you already know who it is. I call your girl Dora because every time I come through, she called me Swiper because I be swiping Punani.
Prophet P in the building. And of course, she calls me M&M's. Not because I rap, man, because this milk chocolate melts in the mouth, not in the hands. Sure recognize. What's up, world?
What up? Yo, it is another week, man. We here. We do what we do. Weather's great in NY. I don't know. It don't feel like time in August right now. I walked outside. It was a little chilly, but I think it's because of all the storming and stuff that's going on. So, just gotta appreciate the small wins. I don't gotta go outside and sweat like a slave or somebody that's been working too hard. So I gotta love it.
Facts. Anytime you get out that sun and get it to some shade, you know what I mean? That's always the perfect weather right there. A little breeze.
Yeah. And I gotta, with all that has to give us, it's important is sack once in a while and appreciate the small things. You know, being up in NY, me bouncing from here to there, trying to help stuff and all that came up to NY to spend some time with my youngs. And rocking tough for me. This is my little ride or die right here. Like we really vibing out. Yo, the other day, she's like, yo, I'm like, what's up? She's like, let's go get a puzzle. Now.
Ooh.
Right. Puzzle. And I was puzzled because I didn't even know where to get a puzzle. I'm like, where the hell you go buy a puzzle from in 2000?
Where do you even purchase a puzzle right now?
Right. So, I was like, yo, I don't even know where to get one. Right. So she's like, how about we go to Dwayne Reed? I'm like, that's a good idea.
Dwayne Reed from Clutch.
Right. So I'm like, wow, yo, this kid's on it. Right. So we go there and we find a box with, I'm gonna say 6 puzzles or maybe 5. I think 6. And never realized how stressful puzzles are, especially in this day and age technology. Usually you just move a piece and the shit just like kind of falls into place if you're playing on your phone or something.
Yeah.
200 piece puzzle had me stressed, bro. I was stressed. I said, yo, had to take a break.
Puzzle.
Yeah, yo, it was I think 2 hours and we only got like 50 of the 200 pieces. And then after we finished that one, she's like, yo, let's do another. So for 4 days, we're working on puzzles.
Wow.
But definitely, I would say, wonderful time, man. Quality time, those that you spend with those people that are around you. Yo, it's real, man. It's real, and you gotta appreciate it. And I thank God that I'm well enough to be able to do those things. I'm able to move around and enjoy those times. So, speaking on just being able to sit back and reflect on those wonderful things that is done. We really need to take the time to do that a lot more than what we typically do right now.
It's what it's all about.
Yeah, and again, we lost another one, right? Another one in hip hop, right? The individual that called himself the Prince of Hip Hop, right? Biz Markie. It's the battle to guys at stage two, type 2. Type 2 diabetes, the age of 57. And
57, brother. That's that number.
right, like it's easy. Like this number tends to ring out a lot now. You know, and nowadays 50, 57 in that age, considering the individuals today, 50 is pretty much still considered young. because people into the 80s and the 90s. I've had great grandparents that died at 108, 120. So to hear about people passing away at in their 50s, like whoa, it's definitely whoa.
X was 50. Black Rob was what 50? Was he over 50 or just under 50? He was in the range.
He was close enough there. I think he was right under 50.
Yeah,
Something
yeah. I mean,
50, 47, 48, 49,
yeah.
something down there sound right.
And a lot of these things are, not just drugs all of the time, like the stereotypical thing. A lot of the times it's stuff that could have been prevented. It's preventable, just self care. You know what I mean? Biz was type 2 diabetic. That could have definitely been prevented. You feel me? But it's about your lifestyle. It's about your want and your will to live, man. You gotta want to live. You gotta take care of yourself, man. You gotta go to the doctor. You gotta exercise. You gotta eat the way you're supposed to eat. It's all right to wild out. Like you can't wild out all the time. And sometimes you gotta eat that salad when you don't want it. Sometimes you gotta, drink that water instead of that soda or that tea or whatever the case may be. The older you get, the more conscious of that you gotta become. And especially when you start to approach the age of 50 for black people. Our life expectancy is a lot lower than that of our Caucasian counterparts, and that's all in direct respect to diet and the way that we look out for our health. We got to really get on top of that.
Yeah, and it's crazy because as you really don't think about it, right? You're like, oh, but I'm eating this all my life, or this is what I'm
Exactly.
accustomed to, right?
Hmm.
But as you get older, your body doesn't respond to things the same. You
Hmm.
know,
Hmm.
it, I know when I was a kid, I wasn't a real candy eater, but I know I ate a good amount of candy, right? That penny candies was popping, right?
Yes,
You go
sir.
for $1, yo, you coming out there with bad stuff. And
Mhm.
like I've never been diagnosed with diabetes or anything like that, but I does run in my family. But I know I could be Snickers away from this high sugar or something like that, and next thing you know, I'm all jacked up. You know, so we got to be more because our body processes things a lot different now. Even with alcohol, even with a lot of the things that we do. Being Hispanic, I grew up rice and beans. Right? It was the main part of the dish was rice and beans. Is yo, what we having with these rice and beans every night? Like that's just what it was. And food was another staple growing up. We gonna have fried pork chops. We gonna have fried chicken. We gonna have fried this. We gonna have fried that. You know. Now I'm glad things have come a long way with the variations of things that we make our food with to make those things healthier. Coconut oil, canola oil, vegetable oil, things like that. We got air fryers now, which I think is just it's just a souped up toaster oven if you ask me. But they find a way to change the name of something and get everybody.
Yeah.
So that's marketing at its finest.
Yes, sir. But not for nothing. And check your mic, P Money. You having that echo thing happen again. I think people starting to detect it. But I was gonna say, some of the things that they have now, the alternatives like the meat alternatives and I guess the fake pastas and stuff like that. Yeah, not that bad. Some of them, So there's different ways to eat some of the things that we love and still be healthy with it. There are tasty alternatives out there. I think that's the biggest deterrent for people wanting to eat better with certain foods. They're like, I don't like the way it doesn't taste like the real thing. They got stuff out there that tastes pretty damn close. Some of it, not all of it, some of it, man. And you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You
and
know what I mean? All
and
flow.
one thing we gotta realize too is that a lot of things that we do eat, it tastes the way it does because of the seasoning we put on it. So
Seasoning.
it's just so if you kind of season
Paprika.
paprika, you got your Lowry seasoned salt, you got
Uh,
the adobo cleat.
uh,
These are these things, you sprinkle it on there the right way. You just got a little careful because
and
these things.
Old, and Old Bay.
Oh baby,
Uh,
it just easy, just send it according, right? Um, I know as we do older, our taste buds a lot less sensitive, so we tend to over season food, but we have to be aware of that as well. It's just as important. So what I want to do, right, is a tribute to Biz Markie, and one of his platinum records that we all know him for, and him being around. And he wasn't just a rapper; he just was a hip hop individual. He was also an actor, and he's a funny stand. And if you've ever met him or ever been around him, you will know that for whatever reason, he was always happy. I don't think we ever heard about Biz Markie wilding out on anyone. And this is probably not because if he was able to get through this situation without hurting anybody in that room, he walked in and he was like, he walked in. What's the line? What's the line that everybody knows? When he walked in, when he went to the college and he pulled up on his shorty.
oh, snap. Guess what I saw?
I saw a fella tongue kiss my girl in
My
the
girl in the mouth was so in shock.
so
My heart
shot, heart
went down.
went down, right?
Mhm.
And he walked out. So he had self control. So here we go, man. Just a friend, Biz Markie. Here we go, y'all. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir.
And it's a fun fact, and I don't know if many people know about it, but people at the time probably I like that he sung his hook the way that he sung it, playing the beat, doing all that. I thought it was cool. Um, but I forgot what magazine back then classified him as the worst singer. Right?
Probably the source or,
Or
one
something
of
like
them
that, right?
back then. Yeah.
And I'm like,
Right
the,
on.
the dude did what he had to do to put out his song. Made him a lot of money, and it is known just about everywhere, if not.
Everywhere in the world. Everywhere in the world, man.
But the his response to that was, "Hey, nobody wanted to come sing that hook for me, so I had to do this. Oh, so I sung the hook myself."
Which is what you got to do sometimes. You in the studio and the singer don't come through for whatever reason. I don't know. He got snowed in, or you know what I'm saying. The shit got rained out, or whatever the case may be. Hey, you got to get the track done when you got to get the track done. You feel me? We here right now. We paying for this time. We got to. Hey, cue up the microphone in the booth.
You,
You exactly. You make it happen.
me,
You make, you make it happen. You got that contractual agreement with the label. You're supposed to deliver at a certain time. Hey, there it is, man. And look what happened. He made a hit. Class
made
act.
it a hit, man. And for those of you that are not familiar with his music, he had a lot of hits, but
And
everybody.
Google him. And Google him. Y'all don't know
So
about this monkey. You don't know about hip hop, man. That's one of the original members of the Juice Crew. You know what I mean? If you don't know who the Juice Crew is, you know what I'm saying? First of all, I want you to smack yourself. Then I want you to Google who that is. I mean, because that's foundational hip hop right there.
and he was definitely a beatboxer for those that don't know what that
Yeah,
is.
for sure. Yeah.
So between him and Dougie Fresh, like it was one of those things. And even in their later years, they would still. I've seen them on Wild Out and stuff like that, and they perform beatboxing, and they would sit there and go and all that, move the mic to their throat and make all these extra like
Man, Pete,
artists
Pete,
finest.
Pete Money beatboxing to hip hop was like integral. You know what I mean? It was just like beating on the table, the lunchroom table, making beat. You know what I'm saying? Or beating on the wall, or beating on whatever, beating on a box. You know what I'm saying? That's basically where it came from, because they used to have to make the sounds in the way they could. So when somebody was doing that with their mouth, you know what I'm saying, pause, then you know what I'm saying, it became the beatboxing thing now. But do you realize that Dougie Fresh is the last really, I guess you could say, foundational rap beatboxer that we had left? You know, Beatbox passed away from the Fat Boys many years ago. R.I.P. You know what I'm saying? Bismarck just passed away. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. Um, there was another beatboxer called, uh, he was also called DMX, I believe, or DBX, something like that. From way, 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 way back in the days. I think he used to fuck with like Just Ice and them cats like that. I don't know if he passed away or not, but he's not so popular. He's not so well known. So all we got left now is Dougie Fresh.
Yeah.
Really, you think about it, you know? And who else? Rozelle. Remember him? and Ready Roxy, the dude who used to beatbox Will Smith back in the days when he was first playing. I don't know, man. Somebody's gonna wake him up, see what he's doing.
But it's that you say beatboxing was integral to hip hop. Also, but
Yes, man.
the hip hop, classic was the scratching,
Oh
right?
yeah, well now you're talking about one of the elements of hip hop.
Yeah.
I'm saying beatboxing might as well have been an element, but it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you had the tagging, the rhyming, the beatboxing, the beatboxing, the DJing, and the graffiti. You know, the tagging up.
right, those elements, and which identifies hip hop as the culture. So all those elements created
And
culture that we
that's a jewel right there. Jewel symbol.
have.
Young
So
hip hoppers don't know that. You know what I mean? If somebody asks you what are the four elements of hip hop, those are the four elements of hip hop. His name. So you know what I mean? Take that down, write it down, make a note of it.
yeah, I just always, and I know we say this all the time, but it's important to understand history and how it came about.
Got to know what you're getting into, man. You got to know about the rules and the regulations, and where the foundation, where it came from, how it started. You know,
Yeah.
with
So
the
you know how to build on it. Nobody says that you got to sound like the people that originated it.
right, absolutely.
But you need to understand the fundamentals, right?
There it
And
is.
a lot of it is coming back. A lot of it is coming back, um, because I think that people are identifying with the culture being lost a bit. For lack of a better term, is being whitewashed. So we wash it down a lot,
So much is getting whitewashed right now.
right?
So much.
So we're having a lot of this happen, and a lot of the stuff is sounding the same. Labels is cutting checks. Music that sounds the same, looks the same. And I appreciate all the visuals, especially with hip hop now. It doesn't matter if you have bars. If you have a small waist, big breast, definitely get them. Now all the individuals when I'm talking about female rappers, I'm not talking about rappers, right?
God no.
I just
Let's get that straight right away.
yeah, just straight right away. Um, you know, it's hard to tell the difference. We did a silhouette for a lot of the female rappers that are popular today, right? Right? You wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to tell unless you study them and their physique. You know, like real. I was school and I studied 8 hours a day for the last semester.
Yeah.
You get out in a silhouette, but a lot of them look. But I get it. you know, there was those times where we had MC Light, you had Latifah, and that were very lyrical and had messages. They were popular. They got deals. They made money. They had to do. But we noticed, just like going back to Lady Low, she spits,
Yes, sir.
but they looking for this particular image, and because they feel they don't that she doesn't fall to that category of that, they not cutting big checks like that. But
Yeah.
she's offers, but the offers is not like it should be.
Right. Right. Because they're checking for a certain type of female artist. Let's say. You know what I'm saying?
And not for nothing. Now I could be wrong with this particular statement, but
Say it, damn it. This is the spot.
right, I think Cardi, right? Cardi, one of those. I feel that she was one of the got Henny on deck.
On deck. On deck.
That that she was one of the originators behind saying, "Yo, I was just a stripper for this rap game, and really out there with it." And everybody that was trying to come out to the fact was like, "Yo, I used to dance on that pole too. Now I want to rap."
Yeah.
So that became one of the of boxes that females rappers said, "I got to check this box. I got to check
Uh-huh.
this box."
Mm-hmm.
And in this day and age, man, you got to check boxes. Because you put your own music out, you can sit there and invest in yourself and make that bread on your own. You don't need those labels like we did before. Understand what those algorithms is looking like, what those view numbers is looking like, what the following is looking like. Like
Yeah.
for yourself, invest in yourself and do it the way that you need to do.
That's it. That's the blueprint right there. He giving y'all jewelry.
And um, I forgot who said it. But definitely some bars from a song, and it was Little Bank never told Bank what to do. Right?
Uh-huh.
Forgot who said that, but right, it made sense at the time. But the way the times are now,
Mm-hmm.
Bank is don't need big, so Little Bank is telling Big Bank what to do. So we're able to make those moves and make that me. You know, even been out of hip hop. Like I said, I spent the time with my daughter, for the last week, and we went, and we did some things. We go eat, we did this, we did that, right? And she's, oh, let me get your receipt. What you need my receipt for, right? She's like, no, I scanned the receipt, I get points, and they cut me an Amazon. They send me an Amazon gift. I'm like, what? What? I'm like, so you ain't spending money, but you get money from just scanning my receipt. Some weird stuff. So there's so many different ways to make stuff happen now
Oh,
versus to look for those labels, look for somebody to cut you a check, somebody to do what they need to do.
yeah. That's connected. It's all connected, man.
Yeah,
This technology it makes it so that you can have multiple streams of income. They may all be small at the inception, but you can grow it. You can grow your businesses, and things will pick up. They're just like plants. If you water them and you give them attention, they will grow. You just got to believe in what you're doing and offer something that's that's gonna be appealing. Don't just come out with a t-shirt business just because everybody else have a t-shirt business. You know what I mean? Come out with something that's original. Do something that hasn't been done yet. That's where the money's at.
yeah, because
Smart money, at least.
supply and demand, right? Right,
Yeah,
or as they said it best, right? Created the demand and then supply it,
yeah,
right? Some of the things we look at that we every day, no lie, right? We go to the store, buy a bottle of soda, bottle of water, right? Like maybe $1.50, dollar to $4 for some. Right? You say you got some alkaline in some water. You sat there, you could mix because everybody on this health kick. So now you put alkaline. What are people gonna pay $4 for water, right? Big did it best, right? Took quarter waters, put bottles, sold it for $2, and he made what 140 mil just in the vitamin water at the time. They're killing, right? So it doesn't. Everything that you get into doesn't have to be a high ticketed price business. It can be. It's all about selling and volume and having these products and doing these things that people are looking for. So you can see what's popping. I get phone calls from stockbrokers all the time. Yo, you want to invest in non-real meat? And then like you need to get in on the ground floor. Like yo, you need it. I'm like, look, I get what you're saying, but everybody's on this health kick, so I get why they're making these phone calls to people to invest in these companies, right? Because if you sit there and invest a little bit at a time, when it blows up, you're gonna make that money. I just get the coin thing. I don't stand it too much yet, but you know.
It's a scary thing to do something new, to do something that you haven't done before. You know, as far as a business venture goes, that's understandable. You know, but when you find something that you believe in and you get behind it, you know, get behind it 100%, you know, and put that work in and watch it bubble. That's all I say.
Yeah, like you just gotta do it, man. You just gotta do it. So
believe in your own shit. Believe in your own shit.
I want to do is we got out our top 5, but that's at the for the album. So y'all had to wait for that. But we gonna take a quick music break.
All right.
And get into I don't know what we gonna get into.
We're gonna come back and talk about I don't know if you heard about Royce the 5'9" versus Lupe Fiasco at Speed Up.
Nah, I didn't hear about it.
We're gonna talk about it when we come back.
All right. But you know what? Because it was a particular individual, a friend of the spot, birthday was just this past week. In tribute to her and say shout out to Leah Wynn. We gonna play her Smoke video.
Leah Wynn.
And say happy birthday to Leah Wynn. Keep doing what you do, man. Stay out there putting out good music. So here we go. Got Leah Wynn, Beast Mode, y'all. Let's get it. It's the spot.
Russ, let me talk to him. Yeah. Badass with an attitude. Yeah. Leah Wynn, uptown boogie down Bronx, bitch. Uptown. Nigga, don't forget it again. Heard all these bitches wanna fuck with me now. Nah, keep that same energy. CEO, head honcho, and press president. Whenever you addressing me, 2-seater skirt in my whip. Drop the top like I'm showing off my tits. Got a crazy nigga that'll pop with a clip. When they hit the target, I hopscotch on a dick. Man down. You're not about the action, you're a noun. Calm my vibes, they hate when I come back around. Make a hot head hoe simmer down. And they know it now, bitch. Number 1 next to you, zeros. Call me a 10. I am God's and the next to you, weak hoes. Look at my flex, yeah. I will always be lethal. Why they so vexed? Word to me that I'm going beast mode. That's why they fret, yeah. If a bitch try to get loco, on our face, Timberland logo. Don't let up until we see rojo. Say no names, no more free promo. Shh, I said what I said. You imagine nigga all in my DMs. He know this pussy top tier. He wanna eat it, then leave with me all in his beard. You don't compare, I make him bust quick. Pussy so fat, look like a tuck dick. Waist on snatch and thighs is dumb thick. Eyeliner sharp and cut a bum bitch. Shaking in their denim, cause I'm spitting words like venom. Leah got these hoes feeling paranoid, but with no delay to switch blade. Turn your face and your J's to some corduroys. Number 1 next to you, zeros. Call me a 10. I am God's and the next to you, weak hoes. Look at my flex, yeah. I will always be lethal. Why they so vexed? Word to me that I'm going beast mode. That's why they fret, yeah. Number one next to you zeros. Call me a 10. I am God, standing next to you weak hoes. Look at my flex, yeah. I will always be lethal. Why they so vexed? Word to me that I'm going beast mode. That's why they fret, yeah. It's Leo in. I know they really mad now. They like really motherfucking bad, you know? Killing these hoes. They like, I know they mad at feeling up. I know they mad at singing bitches really fucking killing them. Nah, let me stop. I'm done on these niggas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So shout out to Win. Happy birthday. Doing what you're doing, man.
On day,
And was she the first lady on the spot?
I believe so. At the original spot, like in the spot, live direct. Yes, I think she might have been the first one.
She was the first one.
I believe so.
Let's get into what you was talking about.
Yeah. So apparently, I didn't even know about this. A few days ago, there was some back and forth because Lupe Fiasco and Royce the 5'9", they actually cool each other, and I guess the conversation came up to Lupe. Hold on, Mom. I want to get it right. I'm sure I get the order correctly. Yeah, I want to say Lupe maybe set it off. To say, in regards to whom he thought was a better MC, or maybe it was Royce. Anyway, Royce the 5'9" also consorts with a lot of reputable URL like MCs. You know what I'm saying? Murder Move, Loaded Lux. You know what I'm saying? These guys. He fucks with RJ Payne. He fucks with Ransom. That's what it was. It was Royce. He was making a comment about a battle between Ransom and RJ Payne. That's what kind of like sparked the whole thing. And I think somewhere in that conversation came up, Lupe may have came up, and he was like, I guess he didn't give Lupe his props, or maybe he felt he got slighted or something like that, and then the back and forth started. So now, the latest is Lupe doing a rant video, basically, where he's yelling about the shit, going back and forth, going Royce. Royce has already done a song in response to it. Because he feel disrespected. He gonna come at you. So it's just a whole mess. And at the end of the day, we didn't even get to see what the whole point of the was in the first place, which is Ransom versus RJ Payne, which would be colossal. But I rather see them album together than see them battle. Actually.
Yeah. And I guess a lot of times, especially in hip hop, we need to leave emotions out of it because people they said about me now we make a diss track and stuff like that. I get it. It's all motion.
Friendly competition.
It make steel sharper than steel or iron sharper than I always get that one
Still
wrong.
sharp as steel. Still sharp as steel.
Iron sharpens iron. Gold does something to gold. Gold is real. So but like metals sharpen each other when you put them against each other. So I get it. I love it. I love the competition. I love the feel of it. I love just the fight behind it to say, nah, I'm better than you better than me. The only thing I've never liked about the whole thing is when you take it to the streets. Because the streets always win. Like you say, the internet has never lost.
Undefeated.
Right? The streets the same thing. Not everybody plays by the same rules. So what happens? Do it in fun. Get your money. Do what y'all need to do, and have a fun time with it. And talk shit, pop buzz with each other later, and be like, "Yo, remember when we did this?" Because there was a lot of battles throughout history. Never got to these, which was great because we would have lost even more great ones with that happening. Um, So I'm always glad that Jay-Z and Nas they was able to hang out because that whole ether, that whole situation with them two, the
Ooh,
stuff that was being said was like, nah, yo, clip up, yo, we about to pull up.
and
As they say nowadays, we going to snap block.
the division, the division it caused.
What?
You seen,
In the same island, it's crazy
you
because
seen,
yo, Queensbridge and Brooklyn, like 5 minutes away from each other. Like, just literally, like you just drive a couple of blocks down from Queensbridge, Brooklyn.
well, I know there were brothers in the same household who was going at each other over that Nas versus Jay-Z battle. That was big for. I mean, it was big for the world of music, hip hop. But Brooklyn, just New York and as a whole, it was big. It was big at that time, man. That was just
Yeah,
like what everybody was waiting for, and then you had to you saw people choosing sides, man.
yeah, it was.
Crazy.
But I'm glad that they got where they at now, and I know
Yes,
we
yes.
spoke about it because it was on some tracks that not too long ago.
Yeah, they did a couple songs together.
Right. So it's all in the fun. So when you start making a certain amount of money, right, all that street stuff and all that stuff needs to go away,
Yeah, we both rich.
and we witnessed even recently, right, with Pop Smoke, right,
R.I.P.
where people came and to see and envy or whatever the situation is that caused what happened to Pop Smoke happening. We lost a great one because it was people that didn't have what he had, and they see his music. He just dropped a couple of videos and things like that. We're gonna play at the top of the album. And it could have been just some of the things that he was saying, and people felt that he was calling him out. Or whatever. He's like, "Yo, you run up in my crib, I'm a hold the joint to you," like
Brooklyn.
similar to that. But then somebody tested that theory. He said it in the song, but then somebody came to test the theory, and because they tested the theory and he wasn't expecting it, he got caught up in here. But I think that in that situation, we did lose someone that had not that have potential. We could have seen more from him. If he was still here, because
Oh
he
yeah, he was definitely on his way. He was on his he was on his way up. He was definitely on his way up.
like
His
he
career,
wasn't
he wasn't even at his top pinnacle yet. He was on his way up.
right, and I believe that because the stuff that put out, and it was like right,
Yeah.
mission, and everybody throwing a woo now, and I'm from the floor. It's like it was
New album out right now. By the way, y'all make sure y'all go pick that up. Faith, I believe it's called.
yeah, and we Angie Martinez said it best. She heard some of his unreleased joints, and it was like, yo, like he's about to kill it.
Yeah.
So this is all the stuff that he put out before he even before the situation happened. So we of course we're not hearing nothing after he's dead. This is stuff that he had, and if we rock with it, we rocking with it, we with it. Just imagine if he was still here because he was 20 years old,
Yeah.
right? He talking about like he was just getting into fame and the money. Right? He talking about I used to 50 cent cake. So when you sitting there, you go to the store and you got about the two for $1 or just get one for 50 cent, you understand the struggle. So he was coming to him and just with his fame and his money, his popularity. Once he would have got that under control, trust and believe. The music, the scene and pop smoke music would have been ridiculous. That's
Yeah,
what
man. So it's a waste. It feels like such a waste, man, of a talent, of a young life, man, of a young spark. Brooklyn, always, man, forever. Stand up. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. Pop Smoke. R.I.P. Biz Markie. R.I.P. Frankie Lyons. That's Keisha Cole's mother. She just passed. Also, we got to give her, you know what I'm saying, respect. I mean, she was 61, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, again, another one gone too soon. Like we talking about Steve One, right? Here we go. Bill Marquis, 57, right? Blob, 40 and some change, right? X, what, 51?
Yeah. How old was Shock G? Shock G was what 50? What 3? 50 or
Yeah.
53?
So, yo, this is taking us to our habits, the lack of education, and just the things that we're not doing correctly. We need to be better, do better. Um, and that's just what I'm saying. We got to be better, do better, do better.
That's it, man. Well, on a lighter note, you know what I'm saying, not to be so dark. The Bucks win the NBA championship, the first title in 50 years. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the damn Bucks, man.
Right.
Got
And
to throw them a salute.
numbers player will be playing all the numbers in the 50s and the illegal numbers in the hood. Because right, you got the Bucks at 50 years. We had all these things happen, and this number 50 just keep on popping.
Yeah, they're gonna be playing that. They're all over the place. You know, I forget the term that they use at the spot, but yeah, they're gonna be hitting it. Definitely gonna be hitting it very hard. Dre is paying $300,000 a month in spousal support. I think that's the judgment.
What? What? Rewind that. You can say that. Like, what are you doing? Like,
I think he's. I didn't click on. Find the story. I was just looking at it earlier. He's going to be paying $300,000 in spousal support to his wife.
Okay. Now, not for nothing.
Yes.
You know, this reminds me of the Dr. J and his wife, and the amount of money that I can't remember the amount of money, but it was a whole hell of a lot. $300,000 a month. I don't know. Like, if I had to give you $300,000 a month, right? You thinking
That's
about
damn near.
it,
That's damn near $4 million a year. Damn near.
right? So thinking about it now, what we had when we was together was you giving me $300,000 worth of my penis? I would contemplate it like that. Like, if I wasn't with you and was spending $3,000 a month on something, could you equate to that?
Right.
Could you equate to it? Um, I don't know, but it's all the lifestyle, and just like we played the video for the people last week or the week before, with Shorty talking about, oh, you upgraded my life, now you gotta maintain it, even though I ain't with you, but you ain't even I ain't even wife, you still want me to do that.
Here it goes. So he's paying $293,306 a month on the first of each month
And we ran round that up
to
to
300,000. So that's what I said. 3.5 million a year basically is what she's getting. She's getting health insurance. She's getting, I think, a couple of properties. The rent is paid for. So she got a couple of houses to pay it. Uh, yeah, that's what it is.
Nah, I think it's a little
So it's not.
ridiculous.
So it's not the 2 million. She was after. She was at the 2 million a month. So, but she's still gonna be straight. I mean, we already know she's gonna be straight.
2 million a month. Yo, and not for nothing. I don't like lawyers because some lawyers sat down with her and said, "Hey, this is what you entitled."
Yeah.
And he told her that I don't know how much the lawyer made on the whole deal and all that, or what he probably made a cool 6-7 figures to
Oh, the
get.
lawyer got paid. The lawyer got paid. The lawyer got paid before everybody. For everybody.
Of course. Check down. You sitting down with me, yo, it's $2,000 an hour, $5,000 an hour.
Oh yeah.
Every time I pull up, you gonna pay for something that I want.
Divorce
I get
lawyers.
it.
Divorce lawyers are some of the most expensive lawyers out there, brother. Incredible.
And it could be because I made $100 million, $200 million, or whatever that I'm sitting there and I'm with somebody $300 a month is a little crazy, but I don't know. It just seems lazy to me. A little excessive, right? We didn't work out. Why I still gotta be taking care of you like that?
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those. It's one of those things that it has conveniently been ignored as far as the revamping and the reorganization of that facet of the government, not the government, but the state services. I guess the state courts. All of that needs to be changed around. You know what I mean? You got to think those laws were written for that. How many years ago? 40, 50, however many years ago they started that. You know what I mean? All of that needs to be changed and moved around and, made to fit the times a little bit better because it's not even the same situation that you're working with. So there are a lot of single fathers out there that need child support.
Yo,
Real
and
rap.
now,
Real rap.
you sit there and you go to court, no lie. And I'm telling you, I'm speaking from experience.
Yeah.
You sit there, man. You go to court. You got a female magistrate sitting on the other side of that, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And they end the case out, and she looking at you like, "Oh, man up, man
Yeah.
up." Talk about man up. I'm handling business. I'm doing what I need to do. I'm doing whatever. And they'll dismiss the whole you just because you're a man, not looking at the fact, right? So for me, you want equality. We need equality all the way around, right? You fucked up. You ain't what you need to do to be able to pull up and you pay for it, not for nothing, right? $300,000 a month. What am I? Because although I'm taking care of you financially, there's some shit I'm missing too now because our lives ain't the same. So what giving up for that 300,000?
Right.
I want to know. I definitely want to know. But you know what? It's not equal. That's just what it is. I get it. So what? Whatever. It is what it is. Throw up in the air, let the cars land with it.
She gonna get it, man. I mean, she was with him for a certain number of years. You gotta also keep that in mind. So she is entitled to get something. She has to get compensated for that. I would say now, as far as the extended, I'm gonna basically pay for your life. No, I'm not in favor of that either. Especially when both parties move on to different relationships. That's gotta sting a little bit. That you with your next thing already, then you still paying for your ex-wife to have her lifestyle too. So it's like, man, you gotta grind twice as hard.
Yeah, and I know when it comes to spouses and things like that, like it's real easy to continue to receive those payments as long as you don't remarry, right? Those are usually the stipulations behind.
Give it all that. Look, man. Hey, but Yo, it sounded good, B. Song was tight. The video was tight. Then you throw Cardi B in there. Man, Cardi put it down. She did. She definitely represented it, man. Run it. Man.
Yeah, so here we go, y'all. We about to get into it, right? So the visual is already there for it, but we only gonna play a little bit,
Yeah, we're
right?
going for a little part. You know what I'm
So here we go, y'all.
saying?
Turn me round, treat me like a watch, bust me down on the kitchen floor, right on that towel. My dick, and I want it out, ow. So you want it? Put me on my back. Stomach, let me blow it like a trumpet. I could do it all. I could probably suck watermelon to a straw. It be every other day, make new hair. Come take me out, this smooth glare. I be waiting on you with some lingerie. This pussy low like bomb. Nothing but a robe in your house. I wanna put these big pink toes in your mouth. Send news to your phone while you working. Boy, you gotta shit in person, believe me. We can't just keep talking about it. We think too often about it. We can't just speak harsh about it. I wanna be wild. Take me for a ride, boy. Show me where you outside, boy. No, it's been a while. I wanna be wild. Let me do that shit again. Ooh.
You hear it, Pete? What it sound like to you?
It definitely sound like some Levi, but like
No. Do you hear it? You don't hear it. You don't hear the reverb, do you?
nah.
You don't hear it. You hear it. We hear it. Everybody over here hear it.
Oh,
you
I
don't want
didn't hear it. I didn't hear the reverb.
get that part.
Oh,
It's
but
something.
that's what earlier today I was telling you what was getting stuck. I heard a lot of reverb.
That's what's happening. You know, we getting the feed because I'm getting text messages while the show is going on right now. Live. With the feed is coming as reverb. Everything is reverb. Even the video is reverb.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what
We
that is.
apologize, y'all, because we the audio is a little crazy right now.
Yeah, but
But yeah, that video is crazy though. It's nuts.
yeah, and you know what I definitely like about it, because it was in a Leah sample, is that they made sure they do that. There was an Aaliyah vibe to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. So dancing with, just
The choreography, yeah.
all that, it was there. So it was a waste of a sample. Definitely
Definitely
was
not.
a waste of a sample.
Yeah, definitely
So
not. I was pleased. I was definitely pleased. I couldn't say I couldn't say anything bad about it. Nothing. Nothing. Good job.
yeah, it's the top of the hour. So we going the top five, no particular order.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
We got
For the week.
we got points that we gonna play for y'all. So here we go, y'all.
Make sure and check them out. It's the
Top five dead or alive. One LP.
Sprinkles, you know. Sprinkles, you know. I be in high, stinging in high spirits. Riding them light, but I'm watching the sirens. You won't smoke, we pray to the sky near us. Ask God for forgiveness, you ever the vibe with us. So far, I'm giving you some soul bar, a new frame, but I'm stinging the old school scarf. New frame of thinking, my nigga, that I'm soul charged. 5-star general, all the stars, full stars. I got all of my stripes. You could ask your boss about me, call him tonight. You don't know me, and it's me and do this what the plan to do. And the moving fast, that's what it can do. Yeah. Meaning I stay ready, and I came from the bottom, my nigga, I'm way ready. I got the straight, you know this is J ready. Wanna meet with the reaper, I'm getting the day ready. Yeah. I forgot about this shit, man. With my dollar, I'm dripping Stepping on it, I'm ripping my name. Walk out the perk at the Addy, I'm missing the dough like I do my chain. Shoot with all of my guns and I'm going to Mars in this main train. Took off, I'm exposing the brand, I got you ready to stain. Took that bitch, don't speak. Live a waterfall on the sheets. Pants on the wall, on the lease. Switch my whole body. Bring my flat creep. Fuck around the dog, keep my name out the street. Running to the bank, track me. Prince in the truck, oh, run a beat. Don't give a fuck for bitches, it is a nun. She see none till I go to sleep. Up and told myself, I done and bought me a done. That shit wasn't cheap. Nah, I ain't giving ones. I got a lot of lipstick and up with the reach. Nobody heard this. How about the carpet? Get a little purchase. Get 22s, lurking. How about the cool swerve? Give me the little purchase. Get 22s, lurking. Get a book for fashion. Especially look good in this fashion. Put him on, I'm beat him down and then I try it. Baby blue, burn him. Red boy up in the gutter. Brody got one thing for sure. But Poppy got two things certain. I got guns in the city. I got guns in the back. Don't run them crib. I pussy your head. Yeah. Time's out. Wake up in the morning. Yeah. Listen. Let's see. I'm feeling beautiful. Beautiful. Beauty, Jordy, you're beautiful. Life a movie, this mother's beautiful. Beautiful. Security with a booty too. From a detour, everything beautiful. Beautiful. Take the silent niggas. Like a baby out of my life, it's beautiful. Beautiful. I'ma spin a human suit. Wear it like a having a beautiful day. I wake up my room and pray. When I go to the hoop and I play. Go to the booth and I A. When all rain cloud and the sky woke up and blew it away. I make it blue when it's gray. There's nothing as new as today. I say what I do when I do what I say. I've been trying to make the pay. Do that you wanna. I'd like to welcome you all to our little spot. We'll get down, you know. Kicking bars, smoke some cigars, vibe out. I got some real talented musicians in the house to the word. Great merchants in here, but yo, I know a lot of y'all don't like this to say my name. You talk about lyrics. This is for you. Wide open for the J and I'm shit hiding. I'm making it rain while you stuck in the paint. And I'm keeping it in the game popping. I'm trapping on the block and you a name dropping. Cause I'm magic with the rock like I'm Irvin Dwayne Johnson. Leaves 5'8" ring shot is singing. Sliding up, break leaning. A suave running through blocks. Though Dante Freeman. My Glock's fiending. That post they Vontae swinging.
Yeah.
And we back, y'all. It's top 5 dead or alive, and that's just off one of them, right? I guess that's what we're gonna name it now. I guess I don't know, but
the top 5 of the week. You know what I'm saying? The top 5 videos.
top
You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all go.
top 5 of the week.
Of course, go check them out for yourself because you know what I'm saying. We only go showing clips here, so go check out the whole joint in the entirety. Give it a view, give it a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you feel. You know.
Yo, subscribe, like, and I think it's important that y'all take the time out to like, subscribe, and shit for the spot, man. Because
I think so.
I think you locked in, you watching. Why you going to be selfish and ain't going to tell your friends? Like,
this is a fact. I mean, you could the least you could do is subscribe.
Right, that's it. Right, and watch and tell your friends. Like, it costs you nothing. It don't cost you a thing. You're already on there. Hey, you hit the little red box on the right hand side of the screen under the video and watching. Subscribe. Tell a friend. Go to the WEMS radio. You know, you can listen from there. You can share the app. You get to tell people about that. You can do all that wonderful, man. I think it's dope. Right? But shout out to Cardi. Shout out to Nor no what that's the name? Normani.
Yeah, there you go.
Normani. Normani and Cardi,
Normani, come on.
right? For giving us that it took me back to, you know, some of the Aaliyah days with Aaliyah making that real music. The vibe was really there. And then, I'm a fan of the R&B and the hip hop collabs. Like I love the transition between the two. And one of my favorites, um, one of my favorite. There was I had two favorites. Right, it was Mary J. Blige,
Uh
Method
huh.
Man, right, with All I Need, and then it was Jodeci, Raekwon, and Ghostface.
Freaking you
Um,
remix.
right, those two, and it's just funny that Wu was on both. Um,
Ain't that a coinky dink?
it's just a coincidence, but it's all yeah. It's so hard for me. Like those things hit so hard when it came to it, and I don't know if it was the Wu being who they were and having that image, but both of these was more like love hacks, or just like really getting into that female that you rock with, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I just thought that it just hit right for me. Now there's other ones out there, but those are like my top two. When I'm driving on going up the state, I'm telling you, I got the all I need, and I
Yeah.
got freaking you remix. Like it's just
For sure.
in the joint.
Yes, sir. Making
You
all the
catch me spit bars in the guys in it like I don't got no sense.
huh? You know how we do when we in the car by yourself on that long road trip. You making all the faces when you singing, man. All that shit.
Wild crazy, freaking
But yeah,
wild
yeah.
crazy in the world.
So Kanye is coming out with an album. You know what I'm saying? Doing all he can to promote that. Heard he had another meltdown at a listening party recently.
You
Uh,
know,
went into a rant about everything. I guess the prison life that he called his marriage, and he says that she took everything from him, and all of this other wild stuff. And basically, they say he cried straight for about 2 minutes. They said,
but I don't know. Classifying Matters prison life. I don't know if that would like you Kanye West. You had to. What kept you there? Interesting.
brother, he put himself there.
Yeah, he put himself there, but I guess he does make music in pain though.
Well,
So
we all know the best music comes from pain, a la Mary J. Blige. We can't. There's no denying that. You know what I mean? And a lot of artists that came before and after her. But we have to we have to, at the end of the day, realize that Kanye is in a different place right now, mentally, spiritually. He's just his his goals are different.
yeah,
You know what I mean? His connection with his core audience is not what it used to be. I'm just gonna put it like that. You know what I mean? I don't want to get too explicit and mess up the algorithm talking about different things, but he's definitely not connected the way that he used to be. The all falls down Kanye is not the yay of today. Let's just say it like
yeah, and I get it. I definitely get it. I don't know if he's trying to get back to that, but I want to say um, the title of the new album is Dunda.
I don't even
Dunda.
know.
But they
Some
say
crazy.
that the title of this album has changed at least three times.
Doesn't surprise me.
Right. So it's changed about three times, but there was a video clip of him in the studio playing a track. Of course, it was muted. So you see his Kanye hoodie where it was one of these hoodies that you couldn't even see his face. So we just
Yeah. That's his thing. That's his thing.
right, right,
The full face joint.
right, full face hoodie, and
Mm-hmm.
there was
Shouts out to Ye.
so all tracks that are supposed to be on this album. One of them was done, and then there was a whole bunch of other tracks, and then there was he was playing the full bounce background. Definitely a great promotional strategy. Definitely get it. We all know Kanye ain't hurting for money. I doubt if there's ever be a situation where we can hear about him and Kim and about spousal support over because there was probably a prenup signed before all that kind of happened. Maybe and
Yeah.
it's just be a set amount. Um, but she got kids together, so child support is a whole different animal.
Yeah. She knows what time it is.
Yeah, but screw child support. I hate them because like you said, the whole court system, the whole court system, and all that.
They can hear you, essay.
Right? But I'm saying,
Listening essay.
but it's with the numbers. Like we talking about how things don't act right. So the average individual that works a job pays 3%
Uh-huh.
income tax, right?
Facts.
You got one child in New York is 17%. So right now you're talking about 33% plus the 7%. We looking at 50% of your check gone already.
You hear those numbers? You hear those numbers, people? That's from a
Right,
man who knows what it is.
right. So I just want people to
Hold on.
understand. He might have a nigga go because he going to work and only get 50% of his check, and he didn't eat lunch. He didn't even eat lunch shit, and he was going to work for $40 an hour, only making 20. Uncle Sam took half, and you took or Uncle took 33%, and then you took the other 7. That's just for one kid. Kids is 25, and I don't know what it is for 3 or 4, but I just know that they ain't no getting a second job or doing all those other things. Working 3, 4 jobs, just trying to make ends because you ain't even got the energy to work. So I just really need to get
Let me tell you something. I knew the game was dirty and grimy when the homeboy let's just call him Mike. My man Mike. You know what I'm saying? We used to work with him. And we used to get paid by week. So 2-week check. Got his check. And I swear to you, this brother's check was $28. And when he showed me the check, I could not believe it myself. I was like, "You got to be joking." He was like, "Yo, babe, my baby paid for everything." Look, I was sure enough, 20, and the rest was next to a word that I had never seen before on somebody, but I never forgot it. So it was called garnishment.
Yo, when you see that, ain't no, you can't do nothing about it. Is them taking it, and
That's when I knew.
wow.
That's when I knew the council game was not for the muscles. It was not designed for that.
And and I can't fault. I I don't might not agree with 110%, especially somebody that's doing what you need to do. But when they treat you like you never did what you were supposed to do and isn't there, and they just treat you like a number and they just snatching it, like I don't agree with that. So I can understand why dudes quit jobs, stop work, just disappear off the face of the earth, go to another country, like yo, catch me if you can, kind of thing.
Gingerbread man.
For real, like
Girls, not a game, man. Not a game.
yo, and one of my close people, he has said that one time, and he like, yo, catch me if you can. I'm the gingerbread man. And this is what he told his baby moms in court because he working on the book. right? She decided that she was gonna go in there and say, "Oh, he make money. He got this. He got that. He got this." Now he was a guy that did what he did and made his money how he made his money, right? So the judge was like, "Yeah, you don't got no job. I want you to pay $1,500 in child support." And he's like, but there's no evidence, no proof, no nothing that actually make whatever money that I'm making. So how did you come up with that number? She said, Mr. So and so, you figure it out. Or get a job on the books. Yo, now you already know
Sound like some mafia shit, don't it?
yeah, like you figure it
You're gonna
out. Like
figure it out. You don't worry. You're gonna figure it out. Real?
extortion,
Wow.
finest. Now, for those of the individuals that don't know, right? Going to taking an individual to child support for any state that you in, right, is a business, right? So they collect on that money that they take from the individual that's child support. Whatever the amount is, we'll probably never know. If you look hard, you probably can find it. But if I'm paying $1,000 a month or 2,000, 2,000, 4,000, whatever it is, they hold that for that 30 days before they release it to the other parent. So they collecting that money. They collect that interest, and they make their bank off of that, right? So they definitely not in the business of really caring about how you feel or if you gonna eat tomorrow. Because like you should make $28 check. I remember getting a $68 check 1 week. And I'm like, what is this? I'm like, where did my money?
You got bills due and gotta put gas in the car and you know what I'm saying, your groceries, and then you go pick up your check and you're like, what? This must be a mistake.
And the week that $68, it was the paycheck a few days before Christmas. When
That's a
I
right there, brother.
I was lit.
Boy.
And when I tell you, not only did I get a $68 check 1 week, they said, hey, because we gonna freeze your bank account.
Yep. Been there, man. Been there.
Like, why you gonna freeze my bank when every time I get paid, y'all get y'all money up front?
Yeah.
And they said, well, our records say that you didn't pay us. And
yep. Uh-oh. It looks like we've lost P Money. Yep. He is knocked off. I think that might be the heart of the audio problems. Yep.
You chopping up. I just know that I kicked out and came in, but I don't know what happened. But it could be the platform that we using that giving us this situation. But
I'm sound choppy.
Yeah, you sound choppy. I don't know if I sound choppy.
Oh damn it, we all choppy then. Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, it's probably the platform itself. Because we didn't have these last week and ain't nothing, and I'm sitting in the same spot I was last week.
Message.
So nigga,
it's all good.
But it's definitely all good. But the most funniest thing for me was when we froze your bank account, and they said you have to request documentation from us, and then back to us to review it. I said, excuse me? I said, so you gonna send me paperwork so that I can send it back to you? They said, yeah. I requested the paperwork. They froze my account for 6 days. Right? All of the money I had in, plus my paychecks direct deposit was going in and it had no money, right? That I had access to. I sent me the paperwork, and the paperwork said I overpaid $5,000 for the year. So I said I overpaid, and you want me to send you paper that said I overpaid that you can release my money, and then you still taking my money. They're like, yeah, that's the way it works.
And then that money takes forever to come back, if ever. When it's money due you, it's forever. When it's money due them, they take it right away.
But the funny part was, like, so I overpaid, and I've been overpaying. So how do we fix this? You know what they told? You have to sue your child's mother to get that money.
For your money.
I got to sue her for it. Say, yo, y'all bug.
I'm on my way over there right now. That's what they're about. Goodbye.
I said, man, the system is rigged. Like it definitely is rigged. I don't get it. I understand it, but you know what? It is what it is. And
So what you think? So what you think about this whole? What you think about this whole curriculum change with the schools starting down here in Texas? Did you hear about this? They're talking about they want to ban the teaching that the Klan was not a moral organization.
That they want to ban.
In other words, they want to make it so that they don't say that there's anything wrong with that.
Okay. So we whitewashing more shit.
Yeah, exactly. The whitewashing is very heavy right now. The whitewashing campaign is very extensive right now. It's going on like at a level that I have never seen before, and hopefully we never see it again because they basically trying to revamp history. They're trying to erase certain assets, certain ugly spots. They want to try to make disappear, keep it under the rug. And then now you remove the teachers from the schools. That eliminates it from history because the youth don't find out about it. They grow up, but they pass it on to their kids that they don't know anything about it. Mum's the word. They're none the wiser. You understand? And so, I mean, they already don't want to teach what needs to be taught. They just want to omit certain facts that are out there. The ugly truth is the ugly truth. The truth is shame the devil. That's what I say.
Yo, that is wild, right?
Yep.
In all, we don't want to say what the Klan is, Jack, but we gonna tell you that the Klan did some stuff, and it was the right thing to do for the survival of the race, or however they trust and believe. I'm a firm believer in six and words and certain things meaning what they supposed to mean, and not trying to twist the words on it to sound good, right? I believe human race, right? There's one race, human race, and we have ethnic groups because at the end of the day, we normally born with 10 toes, 10 fingers, right? If you're a female, you got a vagina and sex. If you're a man, you got balls and a penis, right? So and we stand upright. So when they sit there and they try and say whatever they're saying to justify certain action, like, oh, we just put a bunch of people on boats and brought them someplace else, and then we made them work because that's what we needed. We omit that from our textbooks and do certain things. You can easily make it sound like it was the best thing to do for the United States of America.
There's no good reason why the true history of this country, this nation, should not be told, other than the fact that You want to hide the truth, and if you don't admit that there was a problem, if you don't admit that there was some wrongdoing, you won't do anything to atone for. Because if you admit that there's a problem, the next thing you gotta do is you have to do something about the problem. You know what I mean? That's
Right.
very expensive and that's very involved, and that's something that you don't want to do. So therefore, it's easier to just say that this didn't happen, this didn't exist. But you know what? What are you talking about? It's like it's the equivalent of throwing on the rock and didn't hide in your hands.
Yeah. And our country as much as we can look through history, right? Especially when you go to the court, right? There's always this thing. If you Americans don't apologize for shit, right? That's something that we kind of do, right? You
True,
do this, but
true.
we had to raise
America's gangsters.
right. We ain't apologizing for it. We did it because it was necessary. Yeah, we done blew up 80 blocks in your country.
Blew up a whole village by accident.
Oops. I'm sorry. We was looking for Osama bin Laden, but we had that nigga locked up in Guantanamo, right? Or whatever it is, right? So there's that point of accountability, right? That tends to run, right? We might not do it as a country, but because it's done country, we do it on our homes as well. When you fuck up, the last thing you want to do is apologize, because now you got to make up for that shit that you apologize for.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right? So they're not doing that here. I know, and you know what? We might get banned, blocked, or whatever for it. America is a bully in the sense of the word bully. You look up bully in the Webster dictionary, they should have a picture of the United States of America. Because we stare and dictate what the rest of the world should be doing, but then the shit that we dictating, we don't even follow. We don't.
That's right.
But then we're trying to omit history. We trying to get rid of stuff that already happened.
Exactly. You're basically trying to say the stuff that did happen happened. That's what is ludicrous. It's like, come on, really? I slapped them in the face, and then no, I did like the Jedi mind trick. It's like, yeah, you slapped me in the face. No, I didn't. Maybe you didn't.
But it's funny because you know how cinema and movies and some of the things that get put out there, right? We don't pay attention to it as much, right? Like I truly believe there's aliens, and there is an Area 51, and there's stuff locked up somewhere that they don't want us to know and stuff, right? But there was a movie, right, not too long ago, called Fahrenheit. I want to, and I'll probably get the last part of it wrong. Fahrenheit. No, 457 or 451 or something like that. And it had to do from Creed. I can't remember. Michael B. Jordan. That's his name. That's his name. Right, Michael B. Jordan. They were burning books. Right? So it was illegal to have books that had certain any book that you could read and get some information from, they burnt it. And it was called Fahrenheit 457 or 451, is because that's the temperature that stuff really burns at, right? But they would lock you up, they would burn the books, and the only thing that you would be able to read get information from is what the government put out there in front of you.
Okay.
It's no different from what's going on right now. Them changing what our children's children will be able to read. It's no that they not in books, but they just rewriting them. They rewriting history and saying, hey, look, the Klan good. It was just movement, just like the Black Panthers. No, it's not the same. Black Panthers was trying to come oppression from the KKK. Right? We were trying to fight back. But we was fighting back because they brought us here. We didn't ask them here. They got us. So it's just so easy, but we need to really pay attention to those things that put out in front of us and understand that homeschooling is one of those things that they really don't want. They're allowed to have it, but we start doing it. It's like, nah, you can't do that. Because now we can provide the education to children to prepare for what could come next, and them not be oblivious to what they would have to deal with in the future.
Stack up.
Yeah. So tool up knowledge, tool up with wins, tool up with all that, because
they talking about water shortages, they talking about food shortages, you know what I'm saying? Learn how to grow food. All of that, man. Know how to stockpile your oil. You know what I'm saying? It's not a game. It's not a gift. Because these militias and stuff like that, they are preparing. They not playing no game. They not marching. They not sitting in. They are ready. You feel me? So don't be caught with your pants down. That's all I'm saying.
Nah, don't do it. Make sure you educate your children, prepare them. I have seen it in my of life and people that I've come across, and not educating your kids and showing them that life is not the same or as it was is not necessarily. You're attempting to show to them the pain of what you grew up in or what your parents had to grow up in, but they don't know. They wouldn't know what to do in the instance of a purge, right? We have so many versions of the movie The Purge. But how many black people do you see in those movies?
There was one where it was a black girl. I think she was playing one of the leads. I forget which one it was. It might have been not the last one, but the one before it.
Right, and then there was the first purge. If you ever watch, the whole series of the movie, right? Well, we had purges taking place in certain neighborhoods, but then there was like the prequel purge movie series that took place in Staten Island in the project area in the and they came for the people that lived in the projects, right? They confined us to an area, and then they say, yo, this is where we gonna launch this at.
Right.
And we're going to take them all out. We're going to sit there, going to do it. It's going to be legal. And of course, it was us take us out. Right. And then they came through, and it was just like, all right, they wiped themselves out like they do. Hood. Limited. So we need to pay attention because they got there for us to see, but it's also to desensitize at the same time, because when we see these things, it's like, oh, it's like the movie. Oh, this shit ain't real.
Or you see people stealing cars and doing Grand Theft Auto type crimes on the street because, like you say, being desensitized. The video games, the movies, the videos, they're seeing this stuff and they're like, oh, I can do that too. It's real.
Yeah, and put all these alternate realities in front of.
Yep. And walking around with virtual reality glasses on, thinking that the world is that.
Right. we really need to open eyes up and not like an old head, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Open a book, like
Yeah.
open a book, get some reading and understand that stuff that was printed before you was born still relevant today.
Reading this
It's
one.
still
Reading this one.
relevant today. Just because they put a different cover on that book doesn't mean that it doesn't pertain to us. It pertains to us so much now than ever.
Read
We
something.
still
Read
getting
something.
killed. We still getting killed in the street. All these things are still happening. It's just a little more televised. And yeah, we could pop up on somebody's block and oh yeah, right, one individual, but whole block that went to go get that one individual. There's about 20 other in that block too.
Look out for each other, man. Look out for each other. That's one thing I can say.
And we need to get back to our communities.
Yes.
Our communities are important, right? And everyone having a part in raising everyone in that community is important. And it's just real. And y'all need to stop playing these games. I'm sorry. I'm gonna hold you accountable. I'll call you out. You listen up. You doing something in some ways. I'm hold you to it. And like I was talking to my homie the other day, one of my day ones, and I'm like, not keeping it honest with you and saying certain things. I know that I see life a little differently than what parents depicted life for me. My parents was like, "Oh, we broke," right? And I'm talking to him, and when I do, this is my day one. He's like, "Yo, your parents never said they was broke, but I was fortunate than you, and they had a plate of food for me every night. Made sure I ate. So there was four of y'all, but they made sure they took care of a kid that wasn't even next. Came to shopping. My parents were school supplies and all that for my day one, right?
Yeah.
So when I start making money, I'm like, I ain't broke. I can sit there and buy that, but I didn't even realize that what I didn't think was broke was I didn't understand what real money was. So I'm making 100,000 a year. I'm like, yo, I'm rich, bitch, and I acted because I wasn't educated and didn't really know what real money was. Buying houses and doing these things at a young age. I had 3 houses before I was 30 years old. Thought I was balling out. I went to the mall shopping. I thought I had it. $6,000 a month for mortgage payments. I got this. But we have to keep it honest with our children and know what the world is really like. Because they're gonna operate and move because of what we tell them because we're trying to protect them from certain things.
We gotta set up. We gotta set them up so that they don't have to work as hard. I think that should be the goal. Everybody raising black children. You know what I mean? To make it easier for them coming because it's not going to get any easier by itself. I can just say that 100,000%. It's only going to get harder. So your agenda, your goal should definitely be able to make it easier for your next generation. And generations after them, the generational wealth that they always talk about. That should be like parliament. That should be your grind. That should be your goal. That should be your driving force. You know what I mean? Your kids should definitely be able to inherit something from you that's gonna keep it going. You know what I mean? Family name can live on and prosper. And land, man, real estate. That's the key too, man. We gotta get real estate.
And the craziest thing for me is that I don't know what old money is. My parents don't know what old money is. Kids won't know what old money is unless I do something different, right? In this particular moment in time in my life that I'm moving a certain way. But old money, right? That's generational wealth. Old money. Right? Your grandfather's great grandfather did something that y'all all could eat off. We need to figure that out. Talking about generational wealth is one thing, but actually understanding what it is. We need to stop being selfish and stop doing things for us in the times that we
Right
live.
now, right now. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
We so focused on right now money,
Exactly. Exactly.
right? But trust and believe, ain't nothing like your kids not having to worry about where they're gonna get next meal from,
Mm-hmm.
or your great grandkids not worry about nothing because you put in the work.
How gangster is it that your great grandkids can look up and say, hey, yo, my great grandfather died, so we don't have to work now. You feel me? My great grandfather, I never even met the man. I don't even know what he looked like. You feel me? He did this so I could just chill right now. That's gangster.
Yo, the real G stuff right there, man. No lies. It's definitely one of those situations, and you know, like like I spoke about earlier, with the ability to be able to make these multiple streams of income, not have to work as hard, not have to be there physically. If we sat there and educated ourselves and created generational wealth is real. Like there's 13, 14 years old children at this point that can make $1,000 to $2,000 a day and only work 45 minutes.
There's a kid that's not
We can
even.
figure out why
This,
can't we?
I think it was a kid. I forget the state he was in. He's not even 12 years old. This kid retired. He retired his mother. You feel me? He came up with a business so he had to work. I think he was 8 years old. He was like 11 when he retired.
And I came across a story similar to that, where it was 11, 12-year old, 13 that was able, based off an idea, and because of technology today, was making $30,000 a month. A month.
That's what it is, man. That's what it is.
So possible, right? Invest in yourself, invest in your ideas, make something happen. But you're not gonna be able to make that happen if you're still playing by the old rules. Stop playing by the old rules. Let all that old stuff go. What they taught you in elementary school, what they was to you in high school. They sit there and they dictate to you in a lot of colleges to this day, right? Unless you go to Howard or you at Princeton or any of those prestigious universities that they
Mm-hmm.
do your own build up. I know for us, it's community colleges a lot of, but what they teach us at community college, get a job and make the motherfucker on the top rich. So stop doing that.
Experiment.
Right.
Always do homeschooling.
Yo, and they
Man,
kill us today. I'm surprised. We didn't get no notifications that they was dead.
oh, that's a good thing then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's because we didn't start cussing until later on in the broadcast. If you first 2 minutes you keep it clean. You know what I'm saying? That's the algorithm.
yeah. We only keeping it
First two
clean.
minutes at least. After that, you can
And
let
we
it.
playing the music, we was able to get away with that because we had reverb. So whatever swear couldn't really flag us because they didn't know what the hell it was.
Yeah, shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. Excuse me, Megan Thee Stallion and Naomi Osaka for getting the cover of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue.
Okay.
Megan
Okay.
Stallion, first rapper ever to be on the cover of the swimsuit. So that's dope.
All right, I gotta go find that cover now.
Yeah, you
I'm,
know what's out there. You know what's out there. VH1
yeah,
is bringing back the show of The Surreal Life. Is supposed to have Dennis Rodman, August Alsina, Tamar Braxton. They supposed to be on the new season of that show. So that's coming soon.
okay. So
I heard they bring it back Pimp My Ride too. No, not Pimp My Ride. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm starting rumors. Not Pimp My Ride. I heard they're bringing back MTV Cribs.
oh to make people sick again.
Yeah, to make to make people to make people hate your favorite artist. Yeah, yeah,
Because I mean, you know what was you know what was the hitter for me for MTV?
What's that?
Because everybody had that white room,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That pure white. Everything was white. That was the place nobody ever sat, nobody ever
Yep,
went into.
That's right.
I'm like, yo, how could you have an all room?
Mm-hmm. And I always say,
Like that was a hitter for me for MTV Cribs.
yeah, I always said that. I said the first time somebody sitting there with a pair of blue jeans on, that shit is tore up.
Yeah. But let's get into this verse, right? Because we got a verses coming up, right? Two iconic groups.
August 3rd, you said?
August 3rd,
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be the Locks versus Dip.
Versus.
Right now you all know Dip movement. They had a lot of radio hits. You had the Locks that had a lot of hits, but made music for the street. So you probably didn't hear a lot of it on radio. But I
So
think will be very iconic.
Oh yeah, extremely. Let's talk about the setup. You said they're gonna have a pull-up ball on stage.
Right, because you know Jim Jones is in his little yo. I be doing push-ups and all that because you know he's like 5'1".
Yeah, he's into his fitness, and
And he's into it. But you got Chic Luke, Styles P, and that you know over the years, right? Because if I'm not mistaken, Styles P has juice bars. So he's into the juice and doing all that and everything else. So it's all about health and all that. So it's going to be supposedly like this battle where in between sets they're going to be doing pull-ups. I don't know if it's actually going to happen.
And I also heard that, and I also heard that for one night only, that Jim Jones or said is going to be selling the box pack.
Yeah. So it's
he got his faces on the special strain just for that night called the Lox Pack. So you can be smoking the Lox Pack while you're watching the battle. And it's in Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden. For those of you that don't know, that's on what, 33rd Street? Like 33rd,
42nd, because right off of 42nd. No. 33rd. You're right, 33rd. 34th, 33rd. Yeah, 33rd. Yeah.
Yeah. And I can't remember what avenue that's on. I don't know if that's 6th Avenue, 8th Avenue, or whatever. But it's the one that goes downtown. Right? It might be 7th Avenue. But I could just imagine how lit that will be.
It's going to be crazy.
And because, you know, it is legal smoke that gas.
Yeah. And it is legal in the state now.
All right. Those things. I would love to be a fly in a room or have somewhere to see how thick that smoke is going to be in the garden.
Yeah, that's going to be a hot take. I'm quite sure all the season is going to sell out. I'm quite sure there's going to be a huge cloud outside there. sure Young gonna be in there. I'm sure Harlem's gonna be in there. Yeah, but I'm also sure of another thing, and that's that Brooklyn's gonna be in there very heavy. And
Yeah,
I just hope that no matter what, everybody comes and leaves in peace because it's going to be a very eclectic mix of people in there. There's going to be different boroughs in it. There's going to be a lot of high emotions because of the songs and your favorite artist or whatever it is. So I'm just want all the brothers, and women as well, going up in there to just be peaceful. You know what I mean? It's a fun event. We going there to pay homage and celebrate each other and our accomplishments smoke good and just chill. Let's not go in there acting stupid and being violent and causing. I mean, they don't want to hear about no stabbings, none of that bullshit up in there. Let's keep it peaceful. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it positive.
yeah, and else that I want the people to know as far as this lock versus dip is just not. It has nothing to do with just what the groups did together. So it's not just whatever's on the Locks album
Right.
that was
They
or
single,
whatever's on
the
Dips
solo,
album.
they
They got solo
solo
joints,
too. Yeah.
right? So you talking about joints with X, you talking about joints with a slew of artists that are going to be out there, that are going to be hitting. That yo, one of the joints that I liked a lot was Locked Up with
Yeah.
Akon on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that shit hit hard, right? Then you had Rough Riders anthem,
Yeah.
right? And you had a slew of joints, right? You had joints with Mary, you joints with all of the artists
Yeah.
that they the Locks rocked with, and you got Jules that out of Dipset, Jewel's being one of my favorite
Yeah.
because he in the lieu of him putting out music, he would say some stuff.
Yeah.
Right? You had Cam, you had everybody else that was on Dipset, you had Jim Jones and all that. I'm a Jim Jones, um, especially some of the solo projects because he did things with his music that I thought was just outside of just the regular norm that you would always hear, and he
Yeah.
wasn't to do it, so I respected him for it.
Yeah.
But Locks fans since LOX, Locks fans since LOX, and Cameron I went to high school with, so it's like, yeah, I respect you and the stuff that you did, and yeah, you play basketball, I play football, but it's I don't know.
So who you got? Who you got? You going Dipset? You going Locks? What you doing?
I'm going Locks. I'm going Locks, even though from Harlem, I'm going.
Woo!
I'm going Locks.
Big.
I'm going Locks, man. Like I can't, like top 5 dead or alive. That's just one LP, right?
So
It's
LOX.
a lot fine.
All right. Well, hey, that's what it is, man. I mean, you gotta go. You gotta go. What you think is gonna come out on top? I mean, I think this is just me personally. When you're talking about a collective, okay, Dips definitely have some joints or albums under the belt that what I'm saying, rang bells and did numbers and with major hits. I'm saying, and took that wide joint alone is
That one,
the amount of okay. And then what you said earlier with Styles P with Rocked Up. And Styles P, I think by far has the most catalog of everybody in the damn whole joint in the whole verses. If you ask me, Styles P got more projects than everybody. You always got something out.
right?
So
And um,
we
what I don't know. Yeah, the week August 3rd, Flawn. I hope it's not during the show, whatever. But
Yeah.
I would definitely like to, although I know probably won't be in the city, be able to go or whatever. But I would really love to see it while
Well,
it's live,
yeah, while it's going on live. Yeah,
while it's
yeah,
going
yeah.
on. I want to see it after the fact.
Well,
Like I want to see it live.
aren't they doing like a pay per view or something? They should be.
Yeah, big numbers is going to be crazy because I know Dips always has had their beats,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I don't know exactly who was producing the beats. Dipset that always had those beats. And when it came on, you just stopped,
Oh yeah,
right? For the locks, when they stuff, it was like you stopped as well.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's gonna be one of those things that is gonna hit a certain way. But I'm just gonna love just to see it. Just like Red and Meth when they did verses,
Yeah,
like you had
yeah,
X and Scoop that
yes,
did the
yes,
verse, like
yes. Another,
stuff like
yes,
that
another RBX,
it
RBX.
made sense and definitely makes sense. And
Yeah, this is one of those. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and 50, although he said that he would do this with Game, he done retracted his statement and said he ain't gonna do verses with Game.
Yeah.
So right now he might be a little more focused on than anything. So that's why the verses really ain't.
On to the next. On to the next. This is that time. This is that money.
Yeah, it's time. So we're gonna take him out with I don't know, but we probably give him we gonna give him the beginning of that wild side,
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Give them that.
and then we gonna come back and we gonna get up out of here. All right, go y'all.
I'm ready to pull up on you. I'm ready to do what I do. Baby, what you wanna do? Shoot your shot, cause I'm bulletproof. Load it up and do. Baby, what you wanna do? I'm ready to pull up on you. I'm ready to do what I do. This type shit have you wildin'. Last minute trips to the islands. Drip, drip, drip when you're sliding. Dip, 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 baby, riding. Don't hesitate when you in it cause you know I like it. Taking up a cake for you. Sweet baby, like it when you bite it. We can't just keep talking about it. We think too often about it. We can't just be cautious about it. I wanna get wild. Take me for a ride, boy. Show me you outside, boy. Know it's been a while, boy.
Woo, boy.
And that was just a little bit for y'all, man. So y'all gotta make sure check out that wild side, right? Right. We want to get cut off, right? That was Normani featuring Cardi B, We Wild Side, y'all. So make sure y'all check that out. Over 16 million views, 6 days. But I ain't even gonna do the math for you, but we talking about a lot of views, and it's popping, and it's hit, and it's music. It's music, and I gotta give a shout out to Cardi B. I give a shout out to Normani. I gotta give a shout out to whoever shot that.
Gotta give a shout out to Ali.
And Aaliyah as well, right? For providing the footprint for them to be able to do what they was doing in the video because that beat hit hard.
Shout out to Timberland.
And shout out Timberland, right? And you know, we got new producers, but we can't forget those that really made that music for us. So you already know it's your boy Prophet P, right? We here the city that never sleeps, right? And you can follow me at Prophet _ radio _ NY. And if you follow me, I follow back. If you DM me, I might DM you back, possibly, allegedly, supposedly, because it just be like that sometimes. I'm busy. You heard?
You ain't even get to just let them read it like that. You bitches just you can see that. Anyway, you can find your boy on Instagram. DJ Recognize. DJ SHAWNRECOGNIZE on the gram. You can also catch me on Twitter. I'm getting more adept people. You know what I'm saying? Bear with me. Building my Twitter following slowly but surely. It's DJ Shawn Rex, DJ SHAWNRECOGNIZE. Remember my friends on me. Rex, you recognize.
Gang. And we out of here, y'all.
Sometimes I wake up in the morning, smell. Listen. See. I'm feeling beautiful. Beauty truly irrefutable. Like a movie and it's my girl is beautiful. She a cutie with a booty too. From a duty to a cutie. Everything beautiful. Take this out and make it suitable. Like a baby out of my life is beautiful. I'm a spirit in a human suit, but I wear it like a having a beautiful day. I wake up in my room and I pray. Then I go to the hoop and I play. Then I go to the booth and I A. When I saw a rain cloud in the sky, I woke up and blew it away. I make it blue and it's gray. There's nothing as new as today. I say what I do and I do what I say. I've been trying to make lucrative pay.